Sirens of crisis echo across Britain tonight as a storm of immigration fears collides with the drumbeat of global war. From quiet English towns to the shadowed corridors of Westminster, the firestorm is no longer distant, it's here, tearing through politics, rattling alliances, and shaking the very sense of national security. Welcome back to my channel. As the debate over who enters the United Kingdom intensifies, the backdrop is anything but peaceful. Military analysts warn that Europe is entering a new age of hard power. Cutting-edge drone warfare in Eastern Europe, hypersonic missile tests from Russia and China, and the relentless grind of conflicts in the Middle East have turned migration into more than a humanitarian question. It's now a matter of strategy and survival. Every border policy, every refugee intake, every naval patrol carries weight not only for those seeking safety, but for the very defense posture of Britain itself. In market towns like Matlock, residents speak of economic strain and cultural tension, while defense insiders whisper of a darker concern, the risk that hostile powers could exploit the chaos. Recent reports reveal that Britain's advanced radar systems and AI-driven surveillance networks are being quietly upgraded to track not just aircraft but potential infiltration routes by land and sea. The debate is no longer about compassion versus control. It's about how a nation secures its skies and shores in a world where war technology evolves faster than diplomacy. Across the Channel, Europe's own defenses are shifting with unprecedented speed. NATO warships now patrol the North Sea with new thermal imaging systems capable of detecting small craft in the dead of night. British intelligence confirms that cyber operations, once silent and invisible, are now a frontline weapon. Hackers tied to foreign states are testing the limits of the UK digital shield, probing border databases and immigration networks for weaknesses. What once seemed like a simple debate over visas and asylum now carries the weight of electronic warfare and covert sabotage. Inside Westminster, lawmakers argue not only about quotas, but about drones, satellites, and orbital surveillance. Defense committees are demanding more funding for AI-powered threat detection, warning that migration routes can become corridors for espionage if left unchecked. Military briefings describe a fluid battlefield where humanitarian crises blend with strategic maneuvers. The question haunting late-night sessions is chilling. How do you protect a democracy without closing the very doors that define it? Meanwhile, in towns like Matlock, the tension is personal and immediate. Families watch nightly broadcasts of missile strikes in Ukraine and Gaza, while wondering if the ripple of those wars will reach their own streets. Volunteers delivering aid to migrants speak of compassion strained by fear that conflict abroad will spark unrest at home. Local councils quietly request counter-terror drills as a precaution, blurring the line between civilian life and military readiness. From coastal radar stations to parliamentary chambers, Britain stands at a crossroads. The immigration firestorm is no longer just political theater. It's a test of national resilience in a world where technology, war, and human desperation collide with terrifying speed. The stakes grow heavier as night falls over Britain's restless landscape. In secret hangars, engineers race to perfect autonomous combat drones designed to patrol coastlines and intercept unidentified vessels before they breach UK waters. Defense insiders speak of silent guardians at unmanned submarines capable of detecting movement miles beneath the waves, their sonar tuned to the faintest disturbance. What began as an immigration dispute has escalated into a high-tech contest for control of the nation's very borders. Global conflicts feed the fire. In Eastern Europe, Russia's relentless missile barrages push refugees westward, while in the Middle East, fresh clashes send desperate families toward the Mediterranean in search of safety. Each war front adds pressure to Britain's gates, forcing the government to balance humanitarian duty with the hard calculus of national security. Satellite imagery shows refugee convoys and military buildups in the same frames, blurring the line between victims and potential threats. Inside Westminster, the rhetoric grows sharper by the hour. Some demand an iron wall of surveillance, powered by next-generation AI capable of predicting migrant flows before they occur. Others warn that such measures risk turning Britain into a fortress that sacrifices its soul for safety. The chamber shakes with arguments, but outside, the wind off the North Sea carries a quieter truth. The world's conflicts will not pause for Britain's debate. As Matlock's market square falls silent under the glow of street lamps, the question remains unanswered. Can a nation built on openness wield the weapons of a new military age without losing its identity? The immigration firestorm is not just a story of borders. It is the front line of a future where technology, war, and humanity collide in a struggle that will define Britain's place in a dangerous world.